everyone. Good morning. It's the day after another crap performance by the club. We all know the score yesterday. Had one day to sleep on it, whatever. Still feel the same. Breaking news about half an hour ago from ex-employee that a top source at the club was asked what the manager's future holds, and I think the top source is Sullivan. So Sullivan was kind of asked, what's going on with Lopetegui? What's your stance on it? What's the position of him and the board? And he's replied and said that they are still 100% behind the manager, but results would need to improve. And then another update after that saying Sullivan also added that Everton is a must-win game. So I think it's getting close, and even though our board, our owner, is very reactive, not proactive, and very slow in making any changes, but even they've realised, looks like that they will consider removing him if things don't improve in the next one or two games. So I've got Everton at home on the 9th and then Newcastle away on the 25th. See what happens. So sort of saying on the back of what I said yesterday was that I've lost all passion for the club. I don't look forward to games anymore. I don't even get that angry when we lose because I'm so used to it now. But even more than that, I don't know what our identity is. I don't know what we're trying to do. I don't know what we're trying to play. What's our plan? What's our formation? What's our tactics? I ain't got a clue what we're trying to do. Every game's a different formation. Every game is different players playing. It's all over the pitch. All over the pitch. Transfer window looks like it was not as good as we thought. We haven't got a striker. Haven't got like a number 10 creative person in the middle, and all the players I mentioned yesterday, they've all been shit, whether that's Bowen, whether that's Kudos, whether that's Paqueta, whether that's Areola, or one or two others. But yeah, I think more or less everyone has a lot lower in achievement than last year, even though last year was shit as well. This is even more shitter. So nothing's changed since David Moyes has gone. It's gone slightly worse because I think no matter what you say, I think David Moyes more or less had the dressing room together. I think this situation with Lopetegui looks like he's lost the dressing room. The players appear not to be interested, which is shocking for fans, I know, but the players don't seem to be interested. They don't seem to be sort of respecting the manager. I think they've lost confidence in him. And that's why I think maybe Mark Noble's gone in the changing rooms, spoken to one or two senior players, and you know what's going on. And it looks like, I think it's just one game, one or two games they're going to give him. It could be just a one game, I don't know. And if we don't, obviously, and I can't see the performance. I can't see the performances changing. I can't see it. I can't see it. It's getting worse every week. And if you make a mistake, you make a mistake. You know, you just got to be proud enough, big enough to put your hands up like Sullivan and say, I've messed up. I've selected the wrong manager. But let's not let the pain carry on for him, for us, for the players. Let's just, whatever it costs compensation-wise, I think he only had a 2-year deal anyway. Just do it. Just do it. You remember Spurs with Nunes? 10 games, similar. Wasn't going to plan, and Daniel Levy, paid him off, and I think Mourinho came in, didn't he, after that? Can't remember now, but you just got to do it, right? And I'm not going to go out there and look for names who should replace him. The board have got to find the right manager. The board have got to find the right manager once again who plays good football, good attacking football, good exciting young coach. You know, I don't want anyone sort of who's done the rounds, who hasn't got any ambition left. He's a bit tired. Because one thing with football management is, you know, it changes. You've got to get a young manager in because the style changes, tactics change, format changes, the way you manage changes. So, you know, you can't go and get Steve Bruce or something. They're old school, aren't they? Lopetegui's a bit like that. I think they're old school. You got to get young managers. You got to get young managers who've got the drive, got the ambition, and kind of with it. They know what's going on. They understand the players. They understand what the tactics are these days, and it's just what it is. The Sullivan's got to do it. Sullivan's got to go out there, get rid of Lopetegui, put his hands up. Got it wrong, but go and get the right manager. It's not for me to go around the world and come up with young managers who will do this, who'll do that. I don't know. It's up to the board to do it. They've got to have some kind of strategy, some kind of scouting thing to get manager in. I don't have any confidence in that. I don't think we hardly have any lists. We're not proactive. We ain't got Scooby about anything, right? That's the worry. But I can only comment on what I'm seeing. It's crap now. I seriously haven't got any confidence in Sullivan selecting a good manager. So even if Lopetegui goes, I ain't got no confidence in Sullivan to get the right manager in. I'll just have to comment on it. It's a shit show. It's a shit show. But he's the owner. He ain't going to go anywhere. This thing is just going to carry on. And like I said, I feel sorry for the season ticket holders and the ones who go, regularly spend money to watch that pile of crap. Right. And it's a fairly all-time low for me, following West Ham. I've just had enough of Sullivan, I think. I've just had enough. I've just had enough of, mediocre signings, half of them not turning up. After signings not really making any sense. Inability to sign a striker for a decade now. It's laughable. Absolutely laughable. Bought Tim Stein in. He's obviously bought a couple of players in that look pretty shit, or the manager didn't want. It's just a complete shit show. It's a complete shit show, but the bare minimum is you got to sack the guy. You got to sack him, and you got to change it. But I don't have any confidence that the change is going to work. We won a tournament 3 years ago, but I don't think it's going to get under Sullivan. I don't think West Ham are going to do any much more than maybe 10th at best. So while Sullivan is in charge of the club, we ain't going to do nothing above 10th. 10th is about the best we're going to do. We're not going to qualify for Europe. We're not going to win anything. We're not going to bring any youth players of any quality or backing, or we're not going to do none of that. We're not going to get a manager that plays good football. We're not going to have a smart way of running the club, We're not going to have a good scouting system. We're not going to have stability where the owner lets the manager do what he wants in a respectful manner and has a good relationship with the technical. It just ain't going to happen. Every window, Sullivan's going to sign a few players. Tim Stein or his equivalent's going to go and do what he wants to do. All going to be on different page. Not going to be together in it. Manager might get one signing he wants, and then it's not the right way to do it, is it? There's no direction. There's no leadership. There's no plan. There's no unity, right? But I've just have to report on the West Ham channel that you've got to get rid of him. But I feel that low about it. I don't really think that whoever comes in after Lopetegui is going to be any much better. That's how much lack of faith I've got with Sullivan now. It's just what it is, really. Let's see what the coming weeks bring and what happens. But it's not looking good. It's not looking good.